These two women are actually dicephalic parabipagous twins, which means that they are conjoined at the body. Although it may look like there's just one body between them, they actually have a lot of their own organs, including heart, spine, spinal cord and stomach. Each twin can also control their own half of their body, meaning that they have one leg and one arm to control each. When they were small children, this obviously made things extremely difficult when it came to trying to coordinate everything. After all, can you imagine trying to walk when someone else has control of your other leg? The two were born in Minnesota in 1990 to a mother who is a registered nurse and a father who is a carpenter and landscaper. They also have a younger brother and a younger sister, neither of whom have any second heads. Grace McDaniels was a freak show star known as the Mule-Faced Woman due to a severe facial deformity known as Sturge-Weber syndrome. She joined Harry Lewiston's traveling circus, where she was paid $175 per week. In 1935 she joined F.W. Miller's sideshow after winning an Ugliest Woman competition. Grace preferred mule-faced to ugly in her building and was generally mortified by the attention she got from her condition. Audience members were known to scream or faint. Some reported nightmares in the aftermath. Asha Mandela is 50 years old, and has dreadlocks that are 19.5 feet long. In fact, some individual dreadlocks have been measured to be around 55 feet long. They are fabulous, and she wears them with incredible style and dignity. Growing out her dreadlocks is something Asha is completely dedicated to, and we suppose that you would have to be, because it's a difficult job. Since 2008, Asha has had the longest dreadlocks in the world, which makes us wonder how many other people are out there desperate to take her crown away from her. Mary Elizabeth Rosales, born 1980, was the heaviest living woman. At her heaviest, she weighed 470 kilograms but currently weighs an estimated 91 kilograms. She came to prominence in March 2008 when her sister was jailed for murdering her 2-year-old son. She decided to get her life back in order to get custody of her sister's children, who had no real parent at that time. Rosales initially took responsibility for her nephew's death, claiming that she had fallen and accidentally crushed him when her right hand slipped, while trying to pick the child up. However, medical staff soon established that Eliseo had died from massive blunt force trauma, casting doubt on Rosales' confession. Jamie Lee Rosales, the child's mother and Mara Rosales' sister, was also arrested on charges of causing injury to a child, and of failing to protect a child. When you have over 9,000 piercings, over 500 of them involving your genitalia, you would hope that you hold the distinction in the Guinness Book of World Records as most pierced person on Earth. Edinburgh, Scotland resident, and Brazil native Elaine Davidson definitely owns that record. There is no place on her body that is not covered with holes, and along with her flamboyant hairstyle, Davidson, and her piercings, all 9,000 some odd of them, are a shock to the public wherever she goes. Jodi Ungai is a truly unique woman. Born in 1993, she is coming up to her 22nd birthday, and is hoping to celebrate it in Nagpur, India, where she lives. She is only 62.8 centimeters tall. That's 2.6 feet. She was born with a medical growth anomaly called achondroplasia. It is a type of dwarfism, but it is not very common. At her present height, she has been declared to be the smallest woman in the world, but in many ways, she has it easy. Nicole Ruffinelli weighs a staggering 420 pounds, exactly 30 stone, but what is even more mind-boggling is where she carries it. Because while she has a waist of 40 inches, Nicole's hips have a circumference of 8 feet. Nicole is only 5 feet 4 inches tall, and when you look at photographs at her, it is amazing really that she can walk at all. Her frame is so extreme that some people that watch her go by do not even believe that her body is natural, believing that she has had hip implants to create the shape that she has. Nicole says that her entire female side of the family have always had big hips, including her mother and all of her aunts. Atai Elijadene, from Ethiopia, has been stretching her lip for 3 years in order to accommodate a gigantic lip disc. The 20-year-old had her lower front teeth removed after her lip piercing to help make room for the adornment, which is 59.5 centimeters in circumference and 19.5 centimeters in diameter. The previous record for a lip disc is 15 centimeters in diameter, according to the Guinness Book of Records. Atai's enormous lip discs should ensure her family receives a large dowry of live cattle when she marries. In recent times, the Ethiopian government has taken measures to ban lip piercing, and its frequency among the younger generation is diminishing. While Atai said she was proud of her lip disc, when asked if she would want a future daughter to wear one, she said she would respect her child's choice. In the mountains on the border between Burma and Thailand live the Kayan Lawi tribe. The women of this tribe are known as giraffe women to the tourists, because of their seemingly extraordinarily elongated necks caused from the wearing heavy brass rings around their neck. Theories as to why this practice was first started range from making the women less desirable to slave traders to the belief that the brass coils would provide protection against tiger bites. Susanna Mushat Jones, born July 6, 1899, is an American supercentenarian who is, at the age of 116 years, the world's oldest living person. She has received tributes from the United States House of Representatives and from the Alabama House of Representatives for a remarkable lifetime of exceptional achievement lived during 3 centuries. Jones has held the title of world's oldest living person since the death of Geraldine Talley on June 17, 2015. Along with Italian woman Emma Morano, Mushat Jones is one of the last 2 surviving verified people who were born in the 1800s. What began as a bid to cover up a nasty skin condition has resulted into a Guinness World Record for an American who has been named the most tattooed woman in the world. Julia Noose, nicknamed the Illustrated Lady, has 95% of her body covered in ink, ranging from jungle scenes and cartoons to her favorite actors. Ms. Noose, from California, started getting tattoos on her legs after developing a skin condition called porphyria, which causes the skin to blister when exposed to sunlight. In an interview, Ms. Noose said although the ink did not stop her skin from blistering, it covered up the scars and allowed her to be exposed to the sun. Inspired by voluptuous cartoon character Jessica Rabbit, Penny has sculpted her bust to twice the size of her waist. In the last 2 years, 25-year-old Penny has had 2 boob jobs, taking her from an H to an O cup. And the military wife has shrunk her waist from 38 to a tiny 23 inches by squeezing into rib-crushing corsets for up to 23 hours a day. But despite her extreme proportions, she has no plans to stop. She is now preparing for her 3rd boob job in hopes to double the size of her already buxom bosom. Shockingly, the corset is so tight that Penny can't eat a proper meal whilst wearing it, as her stomach is so restricted. For some women, a Barbie doll is something they played with as a child and didn't think much of it as they grew up. For other women, however, Barbie is their role model. The tiny, plastic doll with completely unrealistic body proportions has become what so many women now crave to look like. Take Valeria Lukyanova for example, who constantly makes the headlines with her strange, doll-like appearance. She has huge blue eyes and manages to contour her face to resemble that of Barbie. She also has a tiny, and somewhat unrealistic, figure which many people don't believe can be healthy. In fact, her whole family look like dolls, and it is clear that some have even had plastic surgery to achieve the look. She set the internet on fire last year by claiming to have an extra asset. 21-year-old Jasmine Tri-Devil became the subject of intense scrutiny after extraordinary images suggested she had become the first woman in the world to have an artificial 3rd breast fitted. However, it has recently been uncovered that it's actually a prosthetic. A surgically implanted 3rd breast, which she claims to have forked out $20,000 for, would have blood circulating around it. But as these video stills show, the breast in the middle is blue, a sign that there's no heat in this area, while the rest of her body is warm red. There is no denying that some women have managed to make their boobs giant through plastic surgery, but none quite so large as Mara Hill's. This German model, professionally known as Bischheim, her boobs are so large that they weigh 40 pounds, or the equivalent of carrying a 5-gallon jug of water on your chest. Her breasts are so big that most people don't know whether it is something attractive or something to be scared of. Mara Hills has to have her clothes specially made for her, as no tops will cover what she has on display. She has 10 liters of saline solution pumped into her breasts. They do say that bigger is better, but we can't help feel uncomfortable with the thought of carrying such heavy beach balls around with you all the time.